At 44 degrees on Sunday, and the sea breeze will be fighting to get through in order to save the coast. Those living in the city's beachside suburbs could be feeling the heat as well. And temperatures in Perth next week will climb into the high 30s as the sunshine wears on. Well, let's get all the details next in Australia Now. So the hot, dry conditions continue across the south, but the change is on its way. In the north, a brief lull in heavy rain for the north coast. So Queensland starting to see a little less rain than what we've seen earlier in the week, especially between Mackay and Townsville, but showers have picked up slightly across Cairns in the last couple of hours. So a lot less rain on the radar this evening, but we're still seeing some heavy falls possible. However, floodwaters will get the chance to subside. Now, over the last few days, residents of Ingham have been battling rising floodwaters. The town has been cut off, making it difficult to receive supplies of food and fuel. The two lows we've been monitoring are looking less and less likely like they'll develop into cyclones. But here's senior meteorologist Dick Whittaker to tell us more about what Queensland can expect over the weekend.
We've still got that very, very active monsoonal trough across the tropical north, and that's showing evidence of moving south and combining with a couple of low pressure cells, one off the coast of Cairns. And so we think there'll be a further burst of rain moving south on the weekend, and also unfortunately affecting some of the tropical coastline areas that have been flooding in the last week or so.
So another burst of rain on the way, but for New South Wales, we're really starting to see this inland heat push eastwards. Now, it's wearing on. Day 11 of 40-degree plus temperatures. Ivanhoe hit 45 today, and it's headed for its longest spell of such high temperatures on record. The cooler winds off the ocean make all the difference, and one of our viewers now appreciates the value of living near the coast.
In Sydney today, it was nice and cool, and there was a really nice ocean breeze. And now that I've come back to Albury, it is stinking hot, and there's not that ocean breeze, and it's, really, really hot and sticky.
So we've got to spare a thought for the people who don't have access to that ocean breeze. Now, a few brief thunderstorms rumbled through the Blue Mountains this afternoon, but they're dying down at the moment. The fire danger for New South Wales, though, will be increasing across the weekend. Tomorrow, widespread fire bans for the south. And this rolling heatwave will come to a climax on Saturday for Victoria. Now, we've seen such dry conditions across the state. We're going to see the worst bushfire conditions this season ahead of the change. Authorities are on high alert. The change is good and very welcome, but the winds are going to strengthen ahead of it, and that's going to cause a real problem. So at the moment, we've got fire bans in place for the northwestern and northeastern districts, but it's looking as though there'll be a total fire ban in place for Saturday. Today's seen barely a drop of rain through Tassie. Now, Hobart has cooled around 12 degrees since winds turned to the south. Around 3 this afternoon, it was up at around 30 degrees before that. But Oodnadatta reached 45 degrees today through inland parts of South Australia. Adelaide took a breather though. The mercury maxed out at 34, but it is headed up to 43 tomorrow. Another stinker on the way with a total fire ban in place. For Western Australia, Perth will start to feel the heat towards the middle of next week. Another cool day in store for tomorrow, and this cyclone is heading well off the coast, but some more showers and storms are affecting areas from Broome right the way through to Darwin, with some heavier falls just south of the Darwin-Daly area. Rivers are raging through northern parts of Queensland. The floodwater's starting to ease off a little bit, but it's not going to take much to get those river levels rising once again. So the outlook for the 5-day rain planner is showing a little bit more rain on the way for northern parts of Queensland. Still a very active monsoon trough in place with a couple of lows, one in the Gulf of Carpentaria and one just off the Coral Sea coastline. We're going to see these lows combine to bring down some heavy falls of around 50 to 100 millimetres on a daily basis, so the rain not over just yet. Still getting these warm temperatures, the last blast of heat through the south before a cold front pushes through on Saturday. The cavalry is coming, as our own meteorologist Dick Whittaker would say. So arriving late on Saturday through South Australia, spreading just a couple of showers along the coastline and then pushing into Victoria on Sunday. But this monsoon activity starting to head a little further south through Queensland. We can see these heavier falls indicated by the pink colouring also moving south. In the west though, the heat is going to start to build across the weekend. Easterly winds now in play across Western Australia. A few showers for parts of Victoria as the change moves through, and it will push through into New South Wales by about Monday. So ahead of that, New South Wales still looking at a little bit of heat. For the monsoon conditions, they're still pushing south into Monday. We've still got heavy falls right along the Burdekin coast, heading up into the Central Coast and the Whitsundays, and Monday also picking up on widespread falls through the inland regions of Queensland once again. So northwestern parts starting to see the rivers raging once more. Easterly winds still continuing for the west coast, so building heat into the middle of next week. Temperatures for Perth headed up into the mid-30s, but the southeast finally seeing some much cooler temperatures. In fact, we could see temperatures halving into next week. By Tuesday, Wednesday, looking at tops in the early 20s for both Adelaide, Melbourne and Sydney.
Sunshine throughout that evening.
Start your day at 6:03. Channel 603, the Weather Channel.
Well, we know the inland areas are hot, but how are the capital cities doing at the moment? Let's check out Brisbane and how the day went. Well, the city warmed up slowly to a maximum temperature of 30 degrees, and the afternoon temperatures swung up and down by a couple of degrees. The outlook for the remainder of Friday and the weekend, we're going to see a maximum of 31 degrees on the forecast. Clear skies are with us right through until Sunday, when we'll see a few showers start to gather in the afternoon. By Monday, we're expecting a little bit of rain over the Brisbane Gardens. And Sydney today also had a lovely summer's day, heating up to around 29 degrees. This was the last day of these cooler temperatures before the mercury really starts to head higher for the weekend. Now, the coastal sea breezes are going to make all the difference. For Sydney, the maximum temperature on Friday is 30 degrees, Saturday 33, Sunday 34. But inland areas like Penrith are going to be up to 10 degrees warmer than that, with 44 on the forecast for Penrith's final day of the weekend. By Monday, though, a change is going to come through, bringing a few showers, but more importantly, dropping those temperatures right back. And Canberra's also going to welcome that change with open arms. The city hit a maximum of 37 degrees today. Tomorrow, we're seeing a forecast of 37 back again. 39 on Saturday, slightly cooler on Sunday, and it's not till Monday till that cool change arrives, dropping temperatures and also bringing a spot of rain. For Melbourne, the city was a maximum of 26 degrees today, and winds were light enough to allow some hot air ballooning. For the weekend, though, winds are going to ramp up again. We've got 32 on the forecast for Friday. Enjoy it, because by Saturday, temperatures headed up to 43. But then Sunday, the change arrives, 23, 22 by Monday, so some really cool conditions in store for the first part of next week. And Hobart had another hot day today, reaching a maximum of 30 degrees. The cooler change is going to arrive through Tasmania first. So luckily 24 on the forecast for Friday, a little bit of rain due on Saturday and tops of just 21 degrees for Sunday. But Monday seeing a maximum of 18 degrees, and the overnight temperatures could go as low as 9. Adelaide had a maximum of 35 degrees today. Now that's going to seem relatively cool. We've got another spike before things settle down again across the weekend. So 43 on the forecast for Friday. Saturday 41, but late in the afternoon a windy change will blow through, and by Sunday we're looking at a maximum of 25 degrees and much cooler conditions expected next week. Perth, though, set to get a little bit of heat of its own. Today, the city reached a maximum of 31 degrees. But we're going to see those temperatures build up over the next 4 to 5 days. So for Friday, 26, enjoy your last cool day before the mercury heads north. Saturday, 28. By Monday, looking at highs of 35, and it'll go even higher into Tuesday and Wednesday. For Darwin, tops of 31 and more showers and storms on the forecast. Floodwaters are slowly receding in Queensland, but it's not going to take much rain to get them rising again. There is a little more rain on the way. Roads remain cut, towns are running short on supplies, and truckies are also having trouble getting through. The outlook for the next couple of days will see some lighter falls between Cairns and Mackay, but we've still got the rain coming down. Inland areas picking up on some of this southern heat, with Thargomindah going for 42 degrees, 37 for Charleville, and a few showers starting to make their way southwards down the coast. By Saturday, heavier falls have moved south as well. Mackay picking up on some good totals of up to 50 millimetres, and into next week the rain is going to continue to come down, so we're keeping a very close eye on this situation. Dry skies for the southeast and the inland areas, and for Brisbane we're seeing tops of 31 degrees, with Gatton and Toowoomba going for highs of 29. For Saturday though, kicking off the weekend with a little bit of cloud cover near the coast, but remaining fine. Now, our new photo competition gives you the chance to go storm chasing in the USA, but don't forget you do have to send in a little spiel, 25 words, about the photo that you're sending in. And good luck to Lee for her entry. And moving on to Friday in New South Wales, the inland heat starting to push a little further east, so we're looking at highs of 41 for Wagga and Dubbo on Friday, Orange going for 34, and the coast looking at cooler temperatures. But by Saturday we're seeing some of this heat push closer to the coast, with Orange headed for 35 and Canberra going for a top of 39 degrees. Now, New South Wales storms have been a feature over the past few days, and we have been seeing some storms firing up through the ACT. This photo taken by Rob, thank you Rob, we'll enter it into our February photo competition. For the coast, we're seeing highs of 27, but Penrith going up to 37 degrees for Friday. By Saturday, though, we're looking at tops of 42 degrees for the west, so a little bit of a sticky and uncomfortable weekend coming up. Make sure you're prepared. And for Victoria, the coastline picking up on the cloud now. The inland areas still seeing the cooler temperatures. Friday, the last burst of heat before Saturday sees the change move through. It'll bring windy conditions and another hot day to the northern parts of Victoria, but then the night will finally cool off and Sunday is looking much more pleasant. For the Melbourne district, 32 for Friday, but once we get to Saturday, Mercury's headed up to highs of 43 degrees. Another sticky, uncomfortable day with late showers arriving as the change does. And into Tasmania, Storm picking up on a few showers, but it's sunny skies for the inland areas, tops of 26 for Launceston. Hobart headed up to 24 degrees. By Saturday, the change moving through, dropping temperatures, and we'll see some heavier showers through the southern parts of the state. The change will arrive a little earlier in South Australia, but Adelaide getting the last blast of heat before that. 43 degrees on the forecast. Same story for Coober Pedy. By Saturday, though, the change arriving late afternoon. Adelaide could hit 41 degrees ahead of that. And Perth will start to get a taste of heat as well. Friday's looking comfortable. 26 on the forecast and continued storms through the northern coastline, with some showers around Albany and storms for Esperance. But by Saturday, the mercury starting to head higher, tops of 28, and by the middle of next week we're looking at the high 30s. For the top end, showers and storms continuing, particularly through the northern half, staying dry and sunny in the south for the next couple of days.
This report is brought to you by Fujitsu, Australia's favourite air.
With all the cloud cover in northern Queensland, we're seeing some below average temperatures, but the southern parts of the state not so lucky. The mercury hit 43 degrees in Bellera today, and Thargomindah is forecast to reach 42 tomorrow. For New South Wales, the hottest place to be was Ivanhoe, reaching 45 degrees today. That's the 11th day in a row temperatures have moved over 42 degrees, while Hay is looking to go one better into Friday. And for the ACT, Canberra posted temperatures of 37 degrees today. It's Groundhog Day with the same forecast in store tomorrow. And in Victoria, the hottest place to be was Yarrawonga on 42 degrees. Swan Hill looking to make 41 tomorrow. In Tasmania, a little bit of cooler weather ahead. St Helens reached 31 today, but Launceston going for a maximum of just 26 for Friday, while the heat wears on for South Australia. Oodnadatta reached 45 degrees today, and Roxby Downs is headed the same way tomorrow. In Western Australia, the hotspot was Meekatharra on 41, Leinster headed for 43 degrees tomorrow, and for the Territory we're seeing a maximum temperature of 41 degrees for Yulara, while going a little warmer into Friday with 43 on the forecast. So these are the hottest recorded places right around each state and territory in the forecast hotspots for tomorrow, all brought to you courtesy of Fujitsu. You can keep cool this summer with Fujitsu air conditioning.
How do you enjoy year-round Fujitsu comfort and save heaps on your energy costs? Easy. Jump onto the Fujitsu General website and check out the exclusive EconoMatch guide. Just put in your room measurements and it matches them to the most energy-efficient Fujitsu inverters. With the right size air conditioner, you get maximum comfort and use minimum energy. So check out the EconoMatch guide, plus all the other helpful information. Fujitsu cares about your comfort and your pocket. That's why Fujitsu is Australia's favourite air.
When it's been raining really heavily, you'll probably hear somebody say, "Boy, it's raining cats and dogs out there." Now really, what